Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to yet another blind tasting. With me, Peter the Master of Puppets, today joined by
Brett.
Havana Myces. And we're blind testing two beers. Well, Brett is. I'm just here drinking
You're
beer.
just staring me down.
So I want you to choose a favorite of the two.
Yeah.
And then, as per usual, grades, guessing style, guessing ABV, what it is,
Okay.
maybe where it's from.
Yeah.
The beer, but rarely
Yeah.
people can do that. So where do you want to start?
I don't know. Maybe just this one. I'd say none of these look that good. Like the the color of them isn't that great. But as I said, this one looks a bit like Coke.
It does.
Hazy
Coke.
Quite muddy Coke, but it seems quite carbonated and has this slightly off-white head. So yeah. Okay. It's a bit like biscuity, bready, like this dark bread. Maybe a hint of like a pruny thing. I'm not getting much, to be honest. I'm getting like slightly dark bread, maybe with a bit of spice in it, and then just this slightly pruny kind of note.
Let's try it then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite there. I'd say it's a bit boring maybe, but it's.
What flavors are you picking up?
I think it's very. I think it's quite like
watery.
Yeah, it's very watery texture, and it's very like the flavor profile is very like mishmashy. It's not that defined. Again, I feel like it's still this kind of like generic bready, slightly dark bread, with maybe a kiss of like a slight spicy, peppery thing. Yeah, maybe slightly biscuity.
It reminds me a bit of Vidal.
Yeah.
Because there is some sweet, like brown sugar.
Yeah, I see a bit of that. Yeah, I actually had a bit of Born Farin yesterday, which it has a bit, because it has a bit of the sweetness, like that has. Yeah, again, maybe, that slightly pruny, fruity thing. Yeah, maybe just a bit of like I don't know if it's a bit of an ester or it doesn't have really not much hop character at all.
It's quite timid.
Yeah, and just very bland, I feel like. And
it almost
quite, or very generic.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, maybe, I don't know if bland. Yeah, I think it's almost bland. Yeah.
But it's the prettier of the two, I think.
Yeah, this one is like really ugly. So this is. Yeah, this.
It looks like dirty tap water, like rusty tap water.
Yeah, it does.
That's hazy.
Yeah. Yeah, or like something when you do the dishes. That's like But maybe the head on this one is prettier. Off-white also, but much more tight. Okay, so this is definitely some Belgian vibes. Yeah, it has a phenolic, spicy, fruity, estery aroma. Peppery. And maybe a bit of like a clovey thing too.
I'm getting a hint of chocolate.
Yeah, I'm also getting
coconut nip.
This very fruity, almost like Bassett's wine gum too, and maybe just a kiss of like a fruity chocolate or something. Yeah.
Should we try this one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What a difference!
I know. I am I off here from the aroma? Oops.
It's much chewier. Like
this is Weissbier. It's not Belgium. It has the texture of a Weissbier, and also like now I get the esters that it's this kind of dark Weissbier kind of thing. what are they called? Like
Dunkelweizen.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. Lots of wheat.
The thing that gives it away, I'm gonna already let
And
you know you
the
won there.
the fruitiness, but yeah, also because that clove note was
And banana.
yeah, yeah, but I think the sweetness struck me a bit more when I tasted it because I felt like maybe the aroma was a bit more like floral and peppery. But
It also
now that I taste it, I definitely see that it's that German Weissbier or German Vesta profile and not the Belgian one. But yeah, it's also quite sweet, but not
it
overly
also has
sweet.
some tartness.
Yeah, very very light toasty character too. Of like this, it also has a bit of that slightly bready, slightly dark bread.
Yeah.
But I guess so. This is some kind of attempt at also doing a Weissbier or what? Because it doesn't taste like that at all. It doesn't really have the ester profile or like the mouthfeel. I wouldn't have guessed. Like this almost feels like a really like super generic kind of British beer. It's so weird.
I think it
this
also
one
seems like a
definitely
Czech dark lager. This one.
Yeah, but it's just too. I think it's too sweet. And yeah, I was thinking almost like an English mild ale or something with this one. To be honest, in the beginning, but it doesn't really have that strong fruity ester character. So it's a bit of a generic whatever beer, whereas this one has much more personality. Yeah, I'll go with Dunkelweizen with this one. It reminds me of something like it's a long time since I've had it. Something like the is it the Schneiderweise Dunkelweizen, not the Vidus, because it doesn't feel that strong. It feels a bit.
Schneiderweise Original is like
Yeah.
this color.
Exactly, and it reminds me of that one. It could I can't.
But
remember.
they don't call that a Dunkelweizen though.
No, but it has this kind of character and color and yeah. But I can't remember if Weihenstephan also does something similar, but it could also be another, many breweries do this in Germany. So, but it reminds me of the Tab 6 from Schneiderweise. It does. It's at least something in that vein. But I have no clue about this, to be honest. I would never have guessed a Dunkelweizen if that's what it is.
It has none of the characteristics of the style.
No.
So I'm all I mean, you wanna so
There's a bit
I
of
already
like a
gave it
generic
away way too quick.
estery thing, but
Yeah.
but it's again I can't really say if it's like a British kind of thing or if it's slightly. It's again I was thinking more British maybe in the beginning, but I felt like it was just so generic. So I also feel still that it is.
What about ABVs?
I'd say around 6%.
And any guesses as to which Dunkelweizens it might be?
My best guess is
You haven't drunk beers like this in years.
No, but my best guess is a Schneiderweise because I've had that quite a few times when I was pretty young, like 10 years ago. But I don't have a better offer because I better guess because I can't really remember what all the others I've tasted are named even. So.
What about grades?
I will say straight away that I've really gravitated away from this style. I really liked it when I first got into craft beer, especially like Weissbier, and especially the lighter ones. But I like the slightly darker one from Schneiderweise too. I'd say maybe, I don't know, 84, 85 on this one. This one not even close. I would say like I would say it's not even a pass maybe. It's just around maybe a small pass. But also just because it's so mild and so generic, but it doesn't taste horrific or like bad. It's easy enough to drink, but I wouldn't want to drink it.
I would probably rather have a macro lager.
Yeah. So maybe maybe I'll just give it a just pass and say like maybe that's a 55 or something. Then I think it's quite far from this one.
I agree. Well, close your eyes and I'll
Yep.
bring the goods.
Yep.
So this one is or that one is this one, guys, and this one is that one. So I know it's glass. Have a look.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So
I've actually never.
Dunkelweizen.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever had one of these actually. From what I remember, I've had like the Weinstefaner and the Schneiderweise, and then I've had the what's the HB brand called? What's that?
Hofbräu.
Yeah, exactly. I've had this, but I don't think I've had these actually. But that's really weird that. So the Erdinger.
Erdinger is crap. I've always
Wow,
thought
it's
Erdinger is crap.
Miles away from Paulaner.
Erdinger is the thing is Paulaner is one of the biggest producers of Weissbier in Germany. They're massive.
Yeah.
But they know what they're doing with this. I think Paulaner is one of the good benchmarks, but I don't think it's as good as Weinstein and Schneider.
No.
But the thing is, I was also about to take, instead of this one, I was about to take Schneiderweise Original, Tab 7.
That would have been fun to do that versus
With this one. Yeah. But the reason why I didn't is because some people are like, oh, that's not a Dunkelweizen. Their Weizen is just a bit darker. Blah, blah, blah. And I remember how it was back in the day. So I decided not to. And then I was like, Erdinger. I've always hated Erdinger. I was always so disappointed in Erdinger beers.
Yeah.
Because they were like this. They feel so macro. So I thought let's maybe try their Dunkelweizen. And then
like what
I found this one.
What the fuck? Like it has like for I'm not.
They're the same ABV, 5.3. So you were close.
Okay. It's just so weird that a German brewery aren't even able to like. At least it doesn't even look like
no
a beer in the style because it has no head at all. And
when I poured out both beers, though, they had big head retention. But you can see that's still sitting there.
Yeah. This.
But
this is
I
much
think it
better
could
quality
be.
beer.
Yeah, this one tastes like something that's being spurted out like crazy, like as fast as they can brew it.
Yeah.
Like just to get it out there. Whereas this is. I mean, this is probably better than most craft brewers' attempts at making something like this.
Yeah.
Again, like making a Dunkelweizen or just a Weizen is actually quite hard because to unlock the banana flavors and clove and things like that, you have to do a specific step mash regimen because it's something to do with, I think it's polyphenols in malt. I'm not entirely sure. I've never actually brewed a Weissbier accordingly. And it's also, of course, the yeast. You need a really good yeast. But this actually tastes like the WB06 Weissbier yeast from Fermentis, which I think is crap.
Yeah.
And I've never been a huge advocate of dry yeast.
No.
There are some that are fucking like workhorses, like US05 is just like super clean and awesome. W3470, also great lager yeast. But WB06, the times I've used it, this is the result of it. It's like, this is not very Weissbier-like. And it's the cheapest wheat beer yeast around.
It's so hard to actually predict that it's a Weissbier.
But I can see why you were thinking Belgian first, because there's like clove and there's a bit of chocolate. Like it could almost smell like a Belgian amber or Belgian brown ale.
I was thinking in that vein, but then as soon as it hit my palate, I was like
banana.
And sweetness, a different kind of sweetness, and it didn't feel as heavy in alcohol as some of the the Belgian ones, and also not as spicy, peppery.
It fills your mouth so much more.
Yeah, it's much more like really creamy.
Really creamy compared to this. Quite interesting. A lot of people still swear by Erdinger, and I think their regular Weizen is equally shitty. Like it's almost like if you drank this, I think a lot of people would even think it's like a slightly tart Munich Dunkel lager.
Yeah.
Because there's so little Weissbier characteristic in this.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Weissbier is that it's also a really volatile, or not so volatile style. It's one of the styles with the least amount of hops, and alcohol is not too much either.
Yeah.
So the shelf life of them is not too big. And if you want to experience Weissbier at its best, you need to go visit small breweries in Germany and drink it at the source, where you drink it unpasteurized. that's where you'll have it in the most pristine condition.
Yeah.
Where you're like, wow, this is actually an amazing style. Like there's so many styles that's often forgotten with craft beer. And I think a lot of them are really fun to revisit when you get past only wanting to drink beer that tastes like all kinds of crazy things. It's fun to revisit these things. And traveling in Germany, going to breweries and trying the Weissbiers was quite fun. Some of them were also like meh, but there's a few. Like you remember the Weizenbock we had from Sentner, which was just crazy bubblegummy, banana bready, like so flavor, like a crazy beer. And it's like it's hard to get that. That's unpasteurized, but they also only have like 3 months shelf life on most of their beers.
These have a year, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. So this was probably this was bottled on the 29th of April.
Yeah.
And this was the 23rd of June. So they're not... But this one's actually holding up quite all right. So that does it for the blind tasting of, I guess, Erdinger Hefe-Weizen Dunkel versus Paulaner Hefe-Weißbier Dunkel. And this one was just kicked the shit out of the tasting. This one by miles. That's, So don't drink Erdinger. Drink Paulaner. Or awesome microbrewed Dunkelweizen from other breweries, not just Germany. Your local brewery probably makes one. So if you guys had either of these, let us know what you thought of them. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And we're going to say cheers in the best.
Yes.
And see you guys in another blind tasting.